start with the new lesson, theory of equation. So first of all, before we start the theory of equation, let us start the brief introduction of theory of equations. In lower classes, we study about the quadratic equations. So quadratic equation, how to form a quadratic equation, you already know how to form a quadratic equation, and also know the roots alpha, beta, then sum of the roots and product of the roots. Here, the next here we learn about the polynomial of higher degree. This is the theory of equation. Here, this lessons we learn about the polynomial of equations of higher degree, and also how to form a polynomial equations of higher degree, how to form a polynomial equation of higher degree, and also you can find out the roots of the higher degree polynomials. And also, if suppose if given one of the higher degree polynomial equation roots are given, if you want roots may be a complex number or surd or rational or irrational, using this roots we can form another roots also. So next another also we have learned about non-polynomial equation. We have to find a non-polynomial equation using this polynomial equation techniques. Only few non-polynomial equation only we can solve this type of using the technique of polynomial equations. Only a few type of non-polynomial equation we can find the solution. And also we can find out the maximum possible roots and negative roots without using problem or without solving the problem. We can find out the possible roots of positive roots or negative roots, zero roots and imaginary roots. All we learn from without solving the problems. So these are topics are, and also reciprocal equation. How to find a reciprocal equation, how to solve a reciprocal equation, what type of reciprocal equations are there. These all learning objects are we learn this chapter. So we start with the basic polynomial equation. Here we start the different type of polynomial equations. We are already familiar with the definition of polynomial equation. The polynomial equation is nothing but it's a expressions of variables of addition, subtraction, multiplications. And the power should be a non-negative integer. This important word is the power should be a non-negative integer. These are the power. The power should be a non-negative integer. Non-negative integer means it may be 0, 1, 2, 3, but it should not be a minus. Because this is the important one. In a polynomial, the power should be a non-negative integer. This is one of the polynomial. This is the polynomial for nth degree polynomial. P of x is equal to a n x power n plus a n minus 1 x power n minus 1 plus etc. a1x plus a0. This is the nth degree polynomial. Here r is equal to 0, 1, 2, and a n is not equal to 0. This a n is called leading coefficient. What is meant by leading coefficient means the higher degree. The higher degree is x power n. The higher degree coefficient is called linear coefficients. The higher degree coefficient is called linear coefficients or linear terms. This linear term is called an. Then it should be not equal to 0. Suppose if it is 0, it is not a nth degree polynomial. It becomes a 0, this will be 0. So it is not a nth degree polynomial. Here, this important note is the variable x is real or complex. In lower classes, also we study about the polynomial equations, but the polynomial equations only about the real numbers. After we will learn from the complex number, so the number should be a real or complex number. It may be a real or complex number. Any number we can apply. That's why we are writing the variable x should be a real or complex number. Next, when all the coefficients of polynomial are real, these are coefficients. The coefficients are real number, then it is called a polynomial over R. This is studied about the lower classes. So here we already studied about the polynomial over C. So this is similar. We use the technology like P is a polynomial over C because we already studied about the complex number. So this is a polynomial over C, and also the polynomial over Q, and also the polynomial over Z. Z means integer. The function P is defined by P of x is equal to a n x power n, a n minus 1 x power n minus 1 plus etc. plus a1x plus a0 is called polynomial function. If you write equal to 0, it is called polynomial equation. It is called polynomial equation. Here it is a different type of polynomial equation. In lower classes we study about only one type of polynomial equation. This constant would be a real number. Here the polynomial over R. Here we study about the polynomial over R, polynomial over C, and polynomial over Q. These are the different type of polynomial equation. The next one is node. Some important node you can see that. First one is polynomial functions are defined for all values of x, because this is the important one. We already know about the real values of x. Here we studied about the complex number, so you can take any value. So that's why we are different type of polynomial equations are. So the values may be a real or complex or integers, any other number. That's the important point. Polynomial functions are defined for all functions of x. The next one, every non-zero constant is a polynomial of degree 0. Every non-zero constant. For example, f of x is equal to 5. Not only 5, you can take f of x is equal to minus 5, f of x is equal to 10. These are the non-zero constant polynomial. The non-zero constant polynomial. If you put 0 means it's a 0. So now you can't apply 0. So you can apply f of x is equal to 5, 10, 10. These are non-zero constant polynomial. How to find the degree? How to tell the degree 0 means you can write f of x is equal to 5. 5 you can write 5 into 1. So 1 we can write x power 0. So 1 we can write x power 0. The power is 0. So therefore the degree also 0. This is the degree. So here the degree is 0. Therefore degree is 0. So every non-zero constant polynomial of degree is 0. The next point is the constant is 0 is also a polynomial. I already told it is a non-zero constant. So here f of x is equal to 0. F of x is equal to 0. It is a constant. The constant 0 is also called a zero polynomial. It is called a zero polynomial. But this degree is not defined. This is a zero polynomial, but the degree is not defined. You may be asking the 1 mark. So listen carefully. The degree of the polynomial, the degree of the zero polynomial is not defined. Next, the degree of the polynomial is non-negative integer. In introduction class, I told the power should be a non-negative integer. Suppose you write f of x is equal to 1 by x. 1 by x. It is not a polynomial equation because if you write x power minus 1, the power should be negative. So it is not a polynomial equation. In polynomial equation, the power should be non-negative integer. Say it may be present at 0 means yeah, because non-negative integer means that 0 is also applicable. So the degree of the polynomial is non-negative integer. For example, f of x is equal to x cube. The next one, the zero polynomial is the only polynomial with the leading coefficient is 0. Because I already told what is the leading coefficient, the higher power coefficient is the leading coefficient. The zero polynomial is the only polynomial with the leading coefficient is 0. For example, f of x is equal to 0. 0 you can write 0 into x power 4. This is the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is 0. So the only zero polynomial is the only polynomial, the leading coefficient is 0. Where any other polynomial, the leading coefficient is not become 0. The next, the polynomial of degree 2 is called quadratic polynomial. You are already familiar with the quadratic polynomials of degree 2. For example, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0. Here, this important point is a not equal to 0. Why this important means if you put a is equal to 0, it becomes 0. It will become changed into linear polynomial. That's why we are putting a not equal to 0. This is a higher degree. This is the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is a. It should not be a 0. So the leading coefficient is should not be not equal to. So it will be not equal to 0. If it becomes 0, then it comes to 0. So we get bx plus c. Then bx plus c is a linear polynomial. So whenever you write this condition, definitely you can write a not equal to 0. Then the polynomial of degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. Then write f of x equal to ax cube. Once again we put a not equal to 0. Why we put a not equal to 0? Suppose if we give a is equal to 0, then is the term f of x equal to 0. Then f of x equal to 0 means it is called the zero polynomial. These are the important ones, maybe asking in the 1 marks. Next quadratic equation. This is also you familiar with the quadratic equation. We know the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is called a discriminant. B square minus 4ac. It is called discriminant and it is usually denoted by discriminant delta. It is denoted by delta. The delta. We have 3 conditions for discriminant. We learn about the 3 conditions already in the lower classes. But you all recall this definitions. First one, if you have learned delta is equal to 0, the discriminant becomes 0 if and only if the roots are equal. If and only if, this is the important one, if and only if. It means the roots are equal. Suppose the problem given in the roots are equal, you can take delta is equal to 0. Suppose the delta is equal to 0, you can take the roots are equal. So delta equal to 0, the roots are equal. The next one, delta greater than 0. Delta greater than 0. If and only means you can take both the sides. The roots are real and distinct. We find out the discriminant value may be of 15 or 20 or something. It means delta greater than 0. Therefore, the roots are real and distinct. The third point is delta less than 0. Once again, you can apply ABC value. You can get minus 15 minus 25. It is less than 0. Therefore, the equation has no real roots. The equation has no real roots. Up to this 10th standard, you have no real root. In 12th, you already learned about complex number. So, it has also a roots in complex number. So, for every equations have roots. So here it has only no real root. That's why we are writing no real roots. It is not no roots. It has no real roots. It has roots in complex number. If a delta less than 0. This is the important one it will be because problem given is the quadratic equation no real roots means you can take delta less than 0. Suppose if a delta greater than 0 means you can take the roots are real and distinct. These are basic things. So here we start with the new one, Beta's formula for quadratic equation. We start with the Beta's formula. Is also studied about the lower classes. For Beta's formula for quadratic equation, we know that alpha beta are the roots of the quadratic. We take alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation. You can take alpha beta or any other. So you take alpha beta the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then we can write sum of the roots alpha plus beta. We have two roots. So here two roots. Using this Beta's formula, we can apply higher degree polynomial also. So listen carefully. We have two roots alpha and beta. So this sum means alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. How the sign came means you can apply in alternate symbols. This of course you can take plus, minus, plus. So you can take minus, that's what I will say, minus b by a. Then first sum the two roots, so alpha plus beta. We have only two roots. The next step is product. So if you product alpha beta, you can get c by a. Plus, minus, plus. So we put c by a. We already know about the formulas x square minus sum of the roots. X square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots is equal to 0. These are important because using this one, Beta's formula, using this quadratic equation, using the same concept, you can apply for higher degree polynomial. For Beta's formula for degree 3, Beta's formula for degree 4, using the same concept. The only important thing is the roots because here only two roots, so we use alpha plus beta, alpha beta. Suppose what about the three roots in cubic equation? You can listen the next slide. Next one, the Beta's formula for polynomial equation of degree 3. This is the new one for it. Ours, Beta's formula for polynomial equation of degree 3. Okay, you can take here a cubic polynomial equation ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0. Where a not equal to 0. Why we put not equal to 0? Because a is 0, it is not a cubic, it should be changed into quadratic. Here I will take for 3 roots because it's a cubic, so we have 3 roots. I will take for alpha, beta, gamma, beta, 3 roots. We will take alpha, beta, gamma with the 2 roots. I already told in the previous, if we have 2 roots, so you can add sum, alpha plus beta and product. Here we have 3 roots, alpha, beta, gamma. So how to apply? So here alpha, beta, gamma. So you can sum the roots. Alpha plus beta. First step is alpha plus beta plus gamma. The formula is, I already told the symbol is plus, minus, plus, minus. So here the symbol is minus. So you can write minus b by a. So directly go to the product means no, because here 3 roots. So first we solve the 3 roots. Next you can combine the two roots. Next you can combine the two roots with the summations after additions. So you combine with the two roots means alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha. This is the second one. This is you can take summation 1. This is you can take summation 2. Why this extra step is there? We have 3 roots are presented. So we first we add the 3 roots. Next we can combine two roots. Alpha plus beta, then plus beta plus gamma, beta plus gamma plus alpha. Once again, how this formula came? I already told you plus minus plus. The coefficient is c. Here the coefficient is a, so c by a. That's why I present here c by a. Why you put plus means alternate symbol plus minus plus. So c by a. Next, we have finished with 2 terms. Next, you can move on to 3 terms because we have 3 roots. So multiply with the 3 terms alpha, beta, gamma. The alpha, beta, gamma is equal to minus b by a. Why we are applying minus b by a? Plus minus. So here minus. So you can apply minus e by a. This is the Beta's formula for polynomial equation of degree 3. And also you can apply degree 4, degree 5, degree 6, anything. Using this concept you can apply, you can form a equation. So for degree 4 and degree 5, degree 6 also. Here only for degree 4 only. Here suppose you take a degree 4 means this is a 4th degree equation you take. What about the roots? Alpha, beta, gamma, then another one is delta. We take alpha, beta, gamma, delta. How to form? First step, sum all the roots. So alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. Next, two roots you can combine plus alpha beta gamma delta. So you can combine. Next, three terms multiplied with the sum. Finally, the four terms alpha beta gamma delta. So this formula changed because the equation changed. Because for the degree, I already told you. So using the symbols, you can form this formula yourselves. So okay. How to form the equation for cubic equation? We are already familiar with the quadratic equation, x square minus sum of the roots in x plus product of roots. But here it is a cubic equation. So it's a cubic equation. Here it's a quadratic equation. So you put x square. Here the cubic equation. So you put cubic x cube minus here sum of the roots. Here the sum of the roots alpha plus beta plus gamma. So x square minus alpha plus beta gamma into x square. Next one is the second step. So x cube, x square, x. Once again the alternative symbol plus minus. So we put plus then alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma alpha into x because x cube, x square, x. The finally the product constant term. Once again I tell you this is how to form equations in quadratic x square, x constant term in cubic. So we start x cube, alternative symbol. So plus minus. Here the first step is sum. So alpha plus beta plus gamma into x square. Next, you minus, so you put plus, we have two terms, then alpha beta, beta gamma, gamma alpha into x. Then final one is product, alpha beta gamma is equal to 0. The same logic you can apply with the degree 4 also. You can same alpha, you can apply the degree 4 also. Degree 4 also means you can write x power 4. You can write x power 4 minus alpha plus beta plus gamma plus x power 4. You can write. So suppose I tell you the equation of the fourth degree, it's a fourth degree polynomial equation, x power 4 minus alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta into x cube, then two terms, then three terms, the final all the terms equal to 0. So using the same similar concept, we can 4, 5, we can create the formula. The next one. So you can move on the problem. The first one is example 3.1. If alpha beta are the roots of the quadratic equation. This is the quadratic equation 17x square plus 43x minus 73 is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation. The quadratic equation have two roots. The two roots also given. The one of the roots of name alpha, another roots of the name is beta. Construct a quadratic equation. What we find means we also find a quadratic equation. But we might find the quadratic equation, but the roots are alpha plus beta and beta plus 2. This is the important one. This is one of the quadratic equation. We have two roots already given alpha beta. What we find? We have to find a quadratic equation, but the roots are given in alpha plus 2 to alpha plus 2 and beta plus 2. So using the two rules, we can form a quadratic equation. Okay, students. How to find? First of all, we given equations alpha and beta are the roots of the equation 17x square plus 43x minus 73 is equal to 0. In introduction class, this is this alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. You know the formula minus b by a. So this is a, this is b, this is c. So here b is 43, formula so minus, so you can put minus 43 by a value is 17. The next product alpha beta is equal to formula is c by a. So minus 3 by 17. So these are given. So we want to find a quadratic equation. But the roots are alpha plus beta and beta plus 2. We have two roots. So you can once again, we have the logic is sum of the roots. We are using the logic is sum of the roots. Sum of the roots. First of all, we find the sum of the roots in the introduction class. What we learn first, we find sum of the roots. So sum of the roots means one of the roots alpha plus beta and another one is alpha plus beta. So you can sum, you can get alpha plus beta plus 4. So we get alpha plus beta plus 4. Already we know that to find out that alpha plus beta is equal to minus 43 by 17 plus 4. After simplifying, we can get 25 by 17. Next one is product of the roots. So the roots are alpha plus beta and beta plus 2. So you can product, if you product alpha into beta, 2 alpha, 2 beta, 2 2s are 4. After simplifying, alpha beta plus 2, alpha plus beta plus 4. So okay, we know the alpha beta value, yeah, because alpha beta value is minus 73 by 17 plus 2 into alpha plus beta is minus 43 by 17 plus 4. You can simplify, you can get minus 91 by 17. You can get minus 91 by 17. Okay, how to form a quadratic equation? We know the formula x square minus sum of roots and x plus product of roots is equal to 0. So you can apply x square minus x. We find out the sum of the root is 25 by 17 plus the product of the root is minus 91 by 17 is equal to 0. So if you multiply by 17, the both the sides to 17. So you can get 17x square, 17 cancel. So minus 25x, then 17 cancel. You can get minus 21 is equal to 0. This is the way to solve this problem. So it's just a simple. The roots are given. Then we form a quadratic equation, but the roots are alpha plus beta to beta plus beta. You can same procedure you can use. Any of the problem you can solve it. The next one is example 3.2. Here also same concept. Alpha beta the roots of the quadratic equation. Here also we find a quadratic equation but this time the roots are alpha square and beta square. Alpha square and beta square. So here previous problem the roots are alpha plus beta and beta plus 2. Here the roots are alpha square and beta square. The same concept. Since alpha and beta are the root, so you can apply the alpha plus beta is the formula is minus b by a. Here the b value is minus 7. So the formula is minus, so we can put minus plus. So alpha plus beta is equal to 7 by 2. Then next the product of the roots is alpha beta. The c by a, c value is 13 and a value is 2. So you can write 13 by 2. So to find the quadratic equation, roots are alpha square and beta square. Once again the roots are alpha square and beta square. So you have to find the sum of the roots alpha square plus beta square. This formula in 10th standard, so already familiar with the formula in algebra. Alpha square plus beta square we can write because we can't directly apply these values to find this the alpha square plus beta square. So you can use the formula. So the formula is alpha square plus beta square is equal to alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. This is an important formula. So don't forget, so alpha plus beta the whole square is equal to minus 2 alpha beta. We know the value of alpha plus beta. The alpha plus beta value is 7 by 2 the whole square minus 2 into alpha beta value is 13 by 2. After the simplification, we can get minus 3 by 4. So we find the sum of the roots minus 3 by 4. The next one is the product of the roots. The product of the roots is alpha square, beta square. So you can take alpha square, beta square. Evaporate this is you can write alpha beta the whole square. Here alpha square, beta square. You can write alpha beta the whole square. We know the value of alpha beta. The alpha beta is 13 by 2 the whole square. So in the simplification, we get 169 by 4. So the required quadratic equation is the formula is x square minus x sum of the roots plus product of the roots. Product of the roots is equal to 0. So you can apply x square minus x sum of the roots we get minus 3 by 4. Product of the roots we get 169 by 4. So you can apply x minus into minus plus the denominator is 4. So you can multiply with the 4. We can get 4x square. 4 cancel minus into minus plus we can get 3x into plus 169. 4 cancel plus 169 is equal to 0. This is one.